Hi, I'm Boyd Bluestein from the Blues Cats Lounge, and you're listening to KPFT Houston.
KPFT is sponsored in part by the Heights Theater at 339 West 19th Street in the Heights, who provided tickets for Alejandro Escovedo on Saturday, June 7th, Asleep at the Wheel on Friday, June 13th, Steve Earle on Thursday, July 17th, and Jimmy Vaughn on Sunday, September 28th. More information at kpft.org and at 713-526-5738, option 1.
Support for KPFT and the Prison Show is provided by the Cohen Parole Law Firm. For almost 40 years, Gary Cohen has helped represent incarcerated individuals throughout Texas obtain parole and fight parole revocations. We protect those who have fallen short of perfection from the wrath of those who believe they have attained it. For more information about Gary Cohen and his associates, Alan Bennett and Gene Anthis, you can find it at the website, parolelaw.com. You may also contact them at 512-476-6201.
Listeners should be aware that the following program contains language and audio images which may be found disturbing and may not be suitable for your snotty-nosed little brat who probably cusses like a sailor behind your back anyway. Parental discretion is advised.
It's time to holler down the pipe chase and rattle them bars, because we're going to do a prison show for you right here at beautiful old, historic old, exciting new KPFT Houston, from the heart of Montrose, where we all hope tomorrow will be a better day.
I can see your freedom. I will hold you once more. The man with no visitors, no money on the books. Remember, David's always gonna be here. You're never so alone. This ain't my love. It's Friday night. The inmates go quiet. Listen for a voice they know. It's prison radio. Prison radio.
And welcome to the Prison Show. Tonight is Friday, May the 30th. We're almost finished with May. June is upon us. And guess what? We are still in Fund Drive. And David brings the fun out in Fund Drive. Don't you, David?
You know, I spent today going through old tapes with Ray, because I'm always quoting Ray and telling you what Ray's, how his verbiage is of it. So later on tonight, I want to play that. It's only about 3 minutes long, so it's not a big deal. But it's real simple. We're a listener-sponsored program. So if you're listening and you can hear our voice, that means we want you to call. Call 713-526-5738, or you can go to www.kpft.org, hit the drop-down menu, and go to The Prison Show. Look, we didn't do so hot last week, so we need y'all to step up this week. I don't care if you got $5 or $10 or $20 or $100, whatever you got. The object is to let the station know you're listening. We got a lot of people out there that are tuning in. I mean, it surprises us sometimes how many people are actually tuning in. So y'all call 713-526-5738, even if all you do is donate $5. But if you really think about it, if you become a sustainer, even at $5 a month, that's a $60 pledge. And if we get sustainers, we have an anonymous donor that will, what do they do? $50, right?
$50.
So that's money on the table. So y'all think about it. Donate $10 a month or $20 a month or whatever you can afford, and our anonymous donor will match you with a $50 bill.
And you can't say no to that. Not at all.
Money's money.
Money is money. That is right. And, you know, David lined up a fabulous show tonight. We're going to have Dr. Terri LeClercq. She's the retired English professor and, of course, the queen of the Prison Show Book Club, author of Prison Grievances, When to Write, How to Write, as well as 4 other books. So she's going to be on. Nicole Hutchison Moore, founder and CEO of the Rusty Diamond Network. She's going to be on. Marci Marie. Everybody loves Marci. Everybody. Prison Show Women's Unit reporter and everything else. She has a laundry list of things she's doing. And, of course, Dani, me, and Linda. She's in there, but she's going to be out here when we do our segment. So, all of that coming to you this evening. But first, we have Dr. Terri LeClercq on line 1. So, hey, Terri.
Oh, it's so nice to hear your voice. Hello.
How are you?
Well, we lived. I can tell you that. Jack and I were right in the heart of the storm that hit Austin this week.
Oh.
And, yep, it was amazing. Huge black cloud. Maybe it was over Houston too, but huge black cloud. And about 9 or 10, of course, all the electricity went out. Of course, we were hit by hail and wind that was out of this world. We had broken windows, all of our screens, the screens are gone. We've been putting up cardboard all day,
wow.
and trying to figure out what to do with insurance and cars and whatnot. Anyway, we're good.
Well,
We're here,
thank heavens.
right?
Yes.
Yeah, but think about it. There are a lot of options. And this is a good one. We're here. So I'm so glad you're allowing me to spend a little bit of time with you and your listeners. Tonight, my portion of the show is the tough salad before your main entrees, which also sounded good. Why are we looking at figures of speech? We want you educated. We want you to have your good conversations and letters that reflect a deeper you. So, tonight, we're going to look at metaphors, my friends. Metaphors are figures of speech that compares 2 different things by stating that one is the other. It highlights similarities or emphasis. And of course, I will give you an example. You probably studied this when you were in school. You probably know as much about it as I do, but let me just kind of remind you. In the free world, that's a metaphor. And you can hear metaphors like heart of gold. The world is a stage. Blanket of snow or ice. Couch potato, that's one of my favorites. He's a walking encyclopedia. The old saw, life is a journey. And we always hear this. This is hardly rocket science. So whatever this is, that person is comparing it to rocket science, and we have lost. So those are the things that we hear out here a lot in the free world. On the prison show, on the inside, I hear those, but I also hear different ones. I hear things like, the rec room is a zoo.
Yeah.
Someone wrote me the other day, I miss her little monkey face.
Aww.
There's a certain poignancy to that, isn't it? It's not that somebody is comparing their daughter to a monkey, but rather that there are these things in common. Okay? Another one that I hear, I wallow in the river of regret. What's going on there inside? And then one that's kind of fun, she was a real battle axe. And then even death row angels is a metaphor. Now, I also frequently read, and I'm sure I'm going to get beeped out for this, but I read often, Doc, this shithole unit make the others look like Hiltons. Beep, beep, beep.
Beep, beep.
Beep, beep. But those are not overly sophisticated, but they do pull in something beyond what you're just saying. Somebody could have just said the unit is horrible, but comparing it negatively to the Hiltons really strikes me, oh, I get it. Okay, I've been listening all week to songs. I am most aware of metaphors in songs. I'm not really sure who wrote this. I bet you guys would know. David, you're good at this stuff. When you listen to a song and you get one stuck in your head, sometimes we call it a earworm. That's a metaphor. And this earworm has stayed with me all week. Maybe I just think I remember that. They say I'm a borderline, and I cross that line every chance I get. I don't know why that tickles me so much, but it really does. I think they're talking about the Mexican coast. I think they're talking about, she was talking about going in and out, as it were. So all of these things are metaphors. And David, we talked a teeny bit earlier about metaphor, and you said, boy, I know a lot of them. Were you talking about ones that you're allowed to say on the air?
You're funny. I was thinking about, how prison is a tomb. That's a metaphor, right?
Oh, that's good, yeah.
Yeah, it's also, I always feel like I'm in a deep, dark dungeon whenever I'm in a cell. So.
Ooh, deep, dark dungeon. Yeah.
Yep.
Luckily, I haven't had that experience, but by your comparing them and showing me the similarities, I actually start understanding more what it's like. I'm sad to say.
You can also be in a prison inside your own mind.
Ooh, prison is your own mind.
Yep.
Yeah.
I mean,
luckily,
there's quite a few. I mean, a lot of people just don't know that's what you call it.
We don't have to call it anything particularly, but by seeing using a comparison from one to the other to show similarities, you don't have to know what the title of it is, but then you become more aware of other people doing it. Like when you talk about couch potatoes, I never really thought about. I mean, I think it's funny, but I never really thought about it as being a metaphor for a potato, right? And it just, when I think about it, luckily I have a good sense of humor to these things, and it just cracks me up. Yeah. How about you, Dani? Anything right off the top of your head?
Time is money.
Oh. Yeah.
At least my boss always says that.
Yeah. Work a little harder for his money. Yeah. Well, that was depressing.
The world is a stage.
Know, what?
Did you say the world is a stage?
Yes. That's Shakespeare.
A night owl?
And all of us merely actors.
Yeah.
Night owl. That's
night
good.
owl.
Yeah.
Fish out of water.
You are just reeling them.
Yeah, there's a bunch of them.
Well, there are a bunch of them, all right. Sometimes I think we couldn't speak coherently and have other people understand us if we didn't already have those metaphors. If that image hadn't become concrete in our mind so that we just can blurt that out or write it down, and without it, we'd have a harder time communicating. Yeah. So if you guys, girls, out there, come up with a good metaphor or two and want to share them, you can share them with me through the book club. Anyone can write to the book club. You're automatically a member if you've read a book at any time, any space, magazine, and write to me about that book or that magazine. I will write you back slowly. I have a lot of them, a lot of letters. I will write you back. Those of you who've been interested tonight in metaphor might want to, while you're writing about books and stuff, if you see a metaphor in the book, you might want to share it. Or if it made you think of a metaphor, you might want to share that. So how do you reach me? I'm Dr. Terri, Terri, LeClercq, LE, capital CLERCQ. I'm at the School of Law, 727 East 26th Street. That's 727 East 26th Street, Austin, 78705. And if you get my name even close, they can find me. It's hard. I know that name is hard. And they're just so used to it. They just put it in my mailbox. Okay. You guys read anything you want to tell me about?
I listen to audiobooks a lot. But
Oh, that means you're on the road a lot, right?
I am on the road a lot.
Yeah.
Always on the road.
Boy, there have been some good ones that have just come out. Maybe the next time I'm on, we can talk about specific books that inspire, books that make us laugh. I love those. Books that inform us. There are a lot of books now on inside prisons and whatnot, and a lot of them have information I would have never dreamed of course. So I'll be happy to share those things in a week or so, month or so, if you'd like.
Absolutely. We would love that.
Okay, great. It's on my calendar. Okay, thank you guys for playing around with me in metaphor. I hope your days are good. I hope you're happy. Okay? Thank all of you. May God bless each and every one of you. Good night.
Good night, Terri.
Good night, Terri.
Well, that was pretty cool.
That was cool. I'm glad they're safe from
Yeah.
the storm, too.
Did you get any of my messages?
I did. So, yeah, all your messages. I was like, well, why is my phone going off so much? So the memorial mass and services for Jose
Griffin Grignon.
Griffin? Oh, Grignon. And who? He was the father of Kathy.
That was her husband.
Her husband.
Kathy Griffin Grignon's husband, Jose Grignon, passed away.
And she used to be
the hostess.
The hostess for the prison show for...
a lot of the ladies know her because she does the program. I don't know how else to say it. She teaches them how not to be hoes. What is there an actual name for that program?
Well, David,
I mean, that's the way Kathy would have said it.
Yeah, I know, but that
I don't know how else to say it. It's a behavior modification course.
Well, there you go. Now you know.
The ladies don't want to think of it like that. I mean, Kathy's cool. Kathy will go in and tell them how it really is. I mean, I've been there and seen a lot of those ladies. I was up at one of the state jails, up Henley State Jail, I guess is where I went. So.
Well, I know a lot of men who need to.
Yeah, they sure do.
Take that course too. I'm just saying, now, that's what
there's a bunch of male hoes. That's for sure.
And I know a bunch of them, so take it. Oh God, now everybody's gonna get letters about that. All right, and let's see, test.
Pitch.
Oh, let's pitch.
Yeah, we can pitch. I don't know. You think we got 3 minutes? Maybe not.
No.
I was going to play Ray's thing, but we can do it later on. Nicole's texting me metaphors. Roadway to freedom.
Roadway. I like that.
Yeah. So anyway, I mean, I hadn't even looked to see if anybody's donated yet, and I apologize. I know that we was just talking about the funny bone. Man, Nicole just tearing me up tonight. Let me turn that off. At the funny bone, that's June the 7th. And I mean, it's just a Christian comedy. So it's really going to be neat, and it's going to be a lot of fun. But back to the pitching. Look, it's just real simple. All you have to do, and it's safe and secure, call 713-526-5738. Option number 1, and somebody's going to answer the phone, and just let them know you want to donate to The Prison Show. It's under the T's. Dominic, I guess it was, told me that whenever he called last week, they couldn't find us. And that's just because we're under the T's. Everybody looks under the P's for prison, but it's The Prison Show. So.
All right. That was awesome, David. You do it so well. Okay, let's get to Nicole. Hey, Nicole.
Hey, guys. How are you?
Doing good. And you are you are the founder of the Rusty Diamond Network, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, y'all caught me off guard there. I was actually in Kathy Griffin's program. I was never officially a hoe, LOL. We called it the hoe program.
See?
We did. And
Yeah,
Kathy,
Dani thought I was
that's
being
what she
rude,
called
but
it.
that's what Kathy called it. So, I mean,
Absolutely.
Yeah, I
and
mean-
those girls wore it like a badge. And honestly, I still have probably, gosh, I can't even count, maybe 20, 30 diamonds that I still support and love that I met there. And it was at Plain State Jail, not Henley. And when I first went in back in 2018 and went into Plain State, and this is what I was going to talk about today, so that was a nice tee up there. But I got into whatever program I could find, and it was the only program. And I begged, and the sergeant looked at the lieutenant and said, "Oh, yeah, let's stick her in there. Let's send her to the HOPE program." And I looked over at the lieutenant, and he goes, "Oh, just wait. You want programming? We're sending her ass there." And I ended up and I loved it. I met the most beautiful women ever. And I learned about trafficking. I learned about prostitution and what these women went through. And honestly, it's what propelled Rusty Diamond to really what we are today. And they called me Mama Diamond. And I mean, you thought I'd run a brothel, but, it taught me a lot about, trauma and what these women went through. And it was an amazing program. And Kathy Griffin, as a matter of fact, I was with the head of parole here in Texas not too long ago at a convention, and I was speaking about Rusty Diamond and telling my story to the parole board and a whole bunch of people, and we all of a sudden ended up on a FaceTime with the head of parole at the time, the chairman, and he called Kathy Griffin and said, "I'm standing here with one of your hoes."
That's funny.
I mean, it's hilarious. And I'm like, oh, my God, I can't believe here I am on parole in front of a room full of TDCJ people and the chairman of parole. And he's calling, this is 6 years later, this woman who literally transformed my life. I mean, God is beautiful. And that's what I wanted to talk about today was parole. I actually was doing a hearing the other day, and it ended up being one of the members of my voting parole board, almost 7 years now ago. And it's the first FI1 I've ever had for one of the ladies that I've done a parole hearing with, and with UT Law as well. And I just wanted to kind of give everybody hope, and I wanted to say something really important to everybody that's behind those walls. I was on a 10-year non-aggravated, but a 10-year sentence, and I made my first parole. And the first thing everybody, we call it inmate.com, right? Everybody's like, oh, you got an attorney, or that person's got money, or, man, they're getting off because they know somebody. Let me tell you what's important about parole, guys. It's three things: past, present, and future. You have to address your past, and you have to be honest about it. You have to address your present. This particular person literally had a K2 case inside just 15 months ago. You have to address your future. This person has a plan. I've got her housing. I've got her set up. We've got a job for her. We've got everything squared away. We also address her past and, her literally from, her familiar history, her social history. She has an extensive criminal history. We addressed all those things honestly. We didn't just address, she did a thing and what happened, and I hate this one. What had happened was, how that all goes, right? We were honest, and I literally looked at the parole board and I said, listen, we know. You could look at her on paper and be like, she's been in and out all these times. She's done these things. it's time. Incarceration is not going to help her anymore, and here's why. And we were honest, and we addressed it all. And then literally we got the phone call 2 days later. She got an FI1, y'all. So I think what I'm finally realizing after all these years of doing this now and supporting everybody, and most importantly, myself, being on parole now, going into my 7th year on parole, and being successful at it, is those 3 things. Addressing the past, addressing the present, and focusing on the future, right? And being successful on those things. That is the key to parole, and getting your parole and maintaining your parole. And so I just want to give everybody hope out there, but really all the rest of it's noise. Of course an attorney is going to help. Absolutely. Is it important to get an attorney? Yes. But it's not the end of the world if you can't afford one, and you can still make parole without one, but you have to address those 3 things. And it's really simple. Grab a piece of paper and jot those 3. Focus. 1 piece of paper. What's the past? And address those things. What's the present and what's the future? And I hope that'll help everybody, kind of when you're thinking about your parole, because you need to be thinking about your parole literally the second you hit your cell, right? And everything and every decision you make affects you while you're inside. I mean, even an out-of-place case, anything, minor cases, major case, everything you're doing in there is going to affect your parole. And everything you've done in the past, I don't care if it was a truancy case when you were a teenager, they know it, and you need to be honest about it. So if you do all of those things, I'm telling you, they want you to make your parole. So I just hope that that's a little bit of my experience and a little bit of wisdom in helping you get out of those walls.
Yeah, you know what, Nicole, of course I want to chime in, because I've tried to help quite a few men who've taken, countless courses and who've addressed their past, which is first and foremost addressing what you did and accepting what you did. But sometimes for some reason they are just against you. I mean, I've hired attorneys for several of my friends, and it just depends on who the voting members are.
Well, I think that's why you also have to address that future. I mean, you've got to be really specific. I've seen too, and I agree. I mean, like, I've had cases before where I could just tell, like, they're not even looking at us on the screen, right? They're looking at the piece of paper in front of them, and so that's why I always wait till the end and I throw out my prison number, and all of a sudden I got 6 pair of eyes looking up at me, and they're like, oh, wait, you were incarcerated? I'm like, oh, that's what it took to get your attention? Not all this stuff I'm saying about somebody who's sitting there rotting in a prison cell. Right. So I agree, but again, what I have seen, I get so many letters from people, and they're saying, can you help me with my parole? But they're all talking about, well, this in the system, and I know it's so easy to get jaded and be like, they're all against me, they're all against, yes, everybody's a system, right? The system is just broken. It's awful. We have to, though, sit there and focus on, okay, they're going to come at me with this, and this. How can I take every one of those objection responses and come with a rebuttal? Like, you just have to know that they're going to come at you with everything, so come at them first. So you've got to pack everything you possibly can into basically a page and a half letter with everything you've got, your job, down to your hygiene. Like, I'm sitting there talking about their clothing, hygiene, job, bus passes, you know what I mean? Like, be that specific. Like, that there's no chance you're going to fall off because everything's taken care of, right? You're thinking of everything, so there's no way you're gonna fail. You're that focused.
And I do appreciate that you mentioned that you've got to stay focused on minor cases matter, major cases matter, every case matters. Because a lot of people don't realize that, and it gets frustrating. Yeah. So, Nicole, how can someone get in touch with you?
So it's Rusty Diamond Network, and it's 7801 Alma, ALMA, Drive, number 74. That's Plano, PLANO, obviously Texas, 75024. And for anybody that's listening that's a family member and wants to reach out, you can go to our website. There's a contact me page, and it's rustydiamond.org, O-R-G. And I'm Prison Diamond on Twitter, and you can DM me there.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Nicole. It's been a little while since you've been on, so we were excited to have you on tonight.
I know, I missed you guys. And listen, everybody that's got a little coin in your pocket, be sure and donate it. And I'm going to donate again, too. I did last time, and I need to come down and see the brick that you guys put there in front of the station.
Absolutely. They're gorgeous. Love them.
Thanks so much, you guys.
Thank you, Nicole.
Bye, Nicole.
All right. Take care, you guys. Prayers to everybody.
Thank you. Bye-bye. All right. I guess you want to pitch, huh? Pitch, pitch, pitch.
I was going to go ahead and take a little bit of time and let Ray do it.
Oh, let him do it.
Hey, it's Cowboy Dave from The Prison Show. Y'all call 713-526-5738, option number 1, and donate today, or go to www.kpft.org. Remember at the drop-down menu to pick out The Prison Show. It's under the T's.
Have at it. All right. Well, the deal is KPFT is, I'm one of the co-founders. 1968, 4 of us got together, Deborah Denberg, Don Gardner, and Larry Lee, and I got together, and we decided we needed one of these, and so we built them, and then Pacifica joined the team a little later, but we built a non-commercial, free speech radio, and we got on the air in March of 1970, and I immediately went to prison in November of 1970, so I had a little time off for bad behavior. And while I was gone, the station got bombed off the air by the Ku Klux Klan, and we suddenly became the most famous radio station on the planet. Wow. And that got us off to a good start. I remember corresponding with Dominic Demonil saying we needed $140,000, and she wrote us a check because she thought what we were doing had got to be all right if the Klan hated us. And so that's what got us on the air. Well, we have been operating on that listener-sponsored basis that you subscribe to the radio station like a magazine. Now, you don't have to be a subscriber to hear the radio station. But it helps if you think about if you're going to listen to the radio station that you do fair share. And over the years, the Prison Show started in 1980, March. Everything seemed to happen around March around here. It happened in March of 1980, and it has continued since then. And over those years, the Prison Show, with some of the poorest, most desperate audiences in the world, because you just think about it. You're listening to the Prison Show because your husband, your father, your son is in prison. You've got a lot to worry about. You've got to send them commissary money. You've got to support the kids and pay the rent and pay the utilities. Life ain't easy, but we have always managed to do our fair share. Mm-hmm. And I'll tell you how that works. Because there's a bunch of people eavesdropping on our lives that sees the good sense of what we're trying to do.
Once again, we're in pledge drive, so y'all make sure that you make your donation. How's that?
That was marvelous. Marvelous. And now, let's get to Marci Marie. Hey, Marci.
Hi. Hey, y'all.
How are you?
I'm great. Great show so far. So much good information, and I'm set up for that monthly pledge. I don't even have to think about it. It just comes out of my account, and I support this show because you all support my family behind those prison walls. You all send so much hope and love inside, and I just appreciate your work so immensely. Man, it's been swamped, y'all. It's busy.
It has been.
Yeah.
with y'all in the session. Woo, Lord.
Yes. Session is winding down, and we had a couple wins. First of all, I'll say that the parole working group that I'm a part of, that's several organizations, including a family organization, Latino Justice, it's TPA, Latino Justice, us, and a couple other organizations, grassroots leadership. We worked hard on preventing a lot of bad bills from passing. We stayed on the phone and on our emails, and the folks that were there in Austin were at the Capitol a lot. I was at the Capitol some. There was just a lot. It seemed like a lot of heaviness coming out in the parole department, and I'm really happy to say that as stressed as we were about some of those, there wasn't just a whole lot of big losses there. So I felt like we did some harm reduction there regarding some of the parole bills. But we had a clean slate initiative bill that passed the House. It didn't make it. It didn't get heard in the Senate, but we'll take that as a small incremental win that maybe for next session. We did have the occupational license bill did pass, which means incarcerated folks, y'all are going to get to take your trade class and get licensed while you're still incarcerated. So you can walk out of prison having your license in your hand, ready to work. I'm really excited about that. That should go into effect September 1st. Well, it has to. The Governor Abbott has to sign it, so don't let me get ahead of myself. But it did pass the House and Senate. And then, y'all, let me tell you, about a week ago, 8 days exactly, when we still had just a little bit of time in the session, the AC bill had passed the House. I did a news interview, and at that time, 8 days ago, we thought, okay, there's still a chance that the Senate will hear this. There's a chance still, and so it was hopeful. Well, they didn't end up running that interview that night because there was some kind of shooting or some big thing happened, and they ran it last night, and it sounded like we kind of still had hope for that to pass, and it played on Waco, y'all. So I know my people in Gatesville, y'all, if y'all saw that, just know that, like, we're still fighting. I don't think, we have this lawsuit with other advocacy organizations in federal court, and we're still fighting. I don't think it's not happening this session. But I don't think that that's a reason to lose hope. But because of, I think, that news and then the way some of the other news articles portrayed the excitement about the AC bill passing in the House, I have so many incarcerated folks. You and your families are swamping me with excited messages saying, I can't believe we passed it, and that it just doesn't work that way. We made some progress, but it's not passed. And again, that doesn't mean we're stopping fighting, and that we still can have hope, right? So I just know that my heart is heavy, really, for that bill, truly. Linus is headed to Chicago for the Clean Slate Initiative convening, but before that, we have some Houston Lioness folks that will be at the opening night film screening for the Prison Show documentary. And so, we're so excited about that, and I wish that I could be there. I'm so devastated that I couldn't get a plane to fly out of Houston late enough for me to go, and I have to be in Chicago early that next morning, but we'll be there presenting in Chicago about leadership development, how we foster leadership development in formerly incarcerated people. So I'm really excited. There's 4 of us going. Well, there's 5 of us because my wife is going to go. Britt is going to go, so I'm really excited about that. Right after that, I'll be flying to Washington, D.C. for the Recovery Leadership Summit by Faces and Voices of Recovery, and we'll be with all the leaders that are making waves in the recovery community and how to kind of navigate that area in this current administration. And we're gonna keep fighting even as funds are getting taken. We'll find a way, make a way kind of folks, just the way you do in prison when it's down, how you find ways to make it happen, right? So I know that my time is almost up. I am filming right after I come back from Washington, D.C. We go into production for my film, and I'm so excited for that. We'll be filming the 11th, 12th, and 13th. And I'm super nervous and excited. It will be my first time to direct a film, and it's a film that I wrote, and with the help of Represent Justice, I'm getting to produce it. I have a great team of folks that are going to be helping me. So I appreciate all the positive thoughts for that time.
Well, we cannot wait to see it, Marci.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to show y'all. I'm going to be screening it everywhere, so everyone's going to get a chance to see it. Anywhere that we'll play it, I'm gonna get it up. I promise. So, and maybe we're also hoping. Side note, we're trying to get a screening in Austin for your documentary. Working towards that. It's kind of just talking about it, but the parole working group really wants to get together and make that happen. There's several organizations that are like, let's do it. So I'm excited about that.
Oh, well, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Well,
y'all to Austin.
What is a good address that someone can reach you at?
Thanks for that. So if you're in the free world, y'all can go to my website. It's www.marcimarie, MarciMarie.com, and that has my email address, my link tree. It has my calendar of events. If you want to know where I'm speaking, that's the way. If you want to write me, if you're locked up and you want to write us at Lioness, or me personally, you can write the Lioness P.O. Box. If it's to me, just put my name. Otherwise, just put Lioness. P.O. Box 12051. That's in Austin, 78711.
All right, so P.O. Box 12051, Austin 78711.
That's it.
All right, great. Thank you, Marci, so much. We appreciate you being on and hope you have a great trip.
Yeah, thanks for having me. We'll talk real soon.
All right, great. Thanks.
Okay.
I was a little quick on that, wasn't I?
You were. Yeah, I guess you're taking, since Linda's out here, you're trying to take her place, and they're gone.
Lead by example.
That's right. That's right. So, Linda, why don't you pitch? She loves it. Here, let me get that mic close to your... Here you go.
Hey guys, if any of y'all have any money, $1, $2, $3, just send it to us. We would love to have it in the show so we can keep going on this station.
That's awesome. And if you would like to become a sustainer at $5 a month, you can definitely do that. And remember, every new sustainer gets we get a $50 pledge from an anonymous benefactor. Is that you, David? Are you the?
I wish I was that rich. I really do.
Maybe it's Linda.
I don't think so.
No one up in here is that
Up in here.
up in here. But we appreciate the anonymous benefactor. So you can help by calling us at 713-526-5738 and leaving a new sustaining pledge, a new one of $5 a month. That way we can stay on the station, as Linda said.
That's right.
All right. Now, we're going to get on to the Death Row Angels segment, and I had so many people the past week asking about the second look bill, which was Epicenter was working really hard on that. That did not pass. So much I could say, but I won't. That did not pass, but, there's always next session, and Epicenter worked so hard on that one. And so kudos to them for always being diligent, and everyone's heart is broken over that one. Anyway, good evening everyone on Texas Death Row and everyone else listening. Scott Panetti passed away on Monday, May the 26th at Hospital Galveston from acute respiratory failure. Scott had been on death row since 1995. Our hearts go out to his family, who was contacted by his attorney, not TDCJ. So, and Matthew Johnson was executed on May the 20th. His final words were, "First and foremost, I would like to give all praises to God. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't be here on this earth. I thank him for the life he has given me. To Mrs. Harris's family, as I look at each and every one of you, I see her on that day. I just please ask for y'all's forgiveness. I never meant to hurt her. I pray that she's the first person that I see when I open my eyes, and I will spend eternity with her. To my spiritual advisors, I love y'all. Thank you. To all the administration at the Polonsky unit for helping me and treating me like a man and treating me with fairness and giving me the opportunity to get in right standings with my Lord. To my beautiful wife, I'm sorry, baby. I'm sorry for giving up. I'm sorry for quitting. I ask that you forgive me as well. To our beautiful daughters that you bore, I ask that you forgive me for giving up on y'all and walking away. Just know it's nothing that y'all did. I made wrong choices. I've made wrong decisions. And now I pay the consequences. For all my brothers back on the row, I love y'all, man. Y'all continue on. Jesus is the way, brothers. He is the only way. Thank you to my field ministers, my spiritual advisors, and my mentors. Thank you, brothers, for sitting with me, praying with me. Just know, man, you know who I'm talking to. It wasn't your fault. If it wasn't from you, I would have gotten it somewhere. I thank the Lord for the last 13 years he has given me the opportunity to ask for his forgiveness, and I thank him for this redemption. Welcome me, Father. Thank each and every one of you for being here. I'm done, Warden. So right now, currently, there is one scheduled execution in Texas, 11 total for the United States, according to the Death Penalty Information Center. There have been 19 executions in the United States this year, with 4 in Texas. Like my friend Leroy started, and T added, no voice is too small, so pick up the phone and make that call to the AG, the governor, state reps, and all. Be for us that soldier standing on the wall, dedicated to duty, never dropping the ball. Remember to call, everyone. Death Penalty Action has petitions on their website, so go to deathpenaltyaction.org. The next execution in Texas is Blaine Milam for September 25th, and he is out of Rusk County. Even though Mayo is gone, I will continue to use his words in his honor. So here is the news you can use. Edward Busby, you were docketed at the Supreme Court on May the 20th, coming out of the CCA. David Wood, another date for conference has not been given to you yet. Bartholomew Granger, you were denied the Supreme Court coming out of the Fifth Circuit. Roderick Harris, you were previously denied COA at the Fifth Circuit. You filed a motion for reconsideration, and they granted it on May the 20th. This rarely happens. Then you filed your reply brief on May the 30th. Irving Davis, on May the 21st, you filed your reply at the Fifth Circuit. John Rubio, on May the 21st, the Fifth Circuit denied your motion for a COA. Stephen Thomas, on May the 21st, you filed your reply on the supplemental authority at the District Court. Ricky Cummings, on May the 27th, you filed your brief regarding Glossop versus Oklahoma as supplemental authority at the District Court. James Calvert, on May the 23rd, you filed an opposed motion for discovery and evidentiary hearing at the District Court. Kimberly Cargill, on May the 27th, you filed a response in opposition of the motion to alter judgment at the District Court. Gary Green, on May the 28th, the CCA on direct appeal affirmed the trial court's judgment and sentence of death. Walter Sorto, on May the 29th, the Fifth Circuit vacated the District Court's judgment and granted your motion to remand the case to the District Court. So, 2 Fifth Circuit goodies.
Yes, that's
and
great.
Which never happens. Okay, what you got for us, Linda?
I got a poem from William Spear. It's called Kind of Love. Do flowers love? What about grass or trees? Do they love? What kind of love do they give? Maybe some scientist or gardener knows, but what I do know is that they are beautiful. Beauty is a kind of love, a love that warms the heart, a love that gives peace to the eyes, a love that's comfort to the soul, a love that's strength to the mind. I remember laying in the deep grass, feeling the cool blades tickle my arms and neck. That is love. Comfort in the shadow of the tree, the thick trunk with bark running up its limbs, and reaching out to the lush green leaves as they sway in the wind. There sits a little bird so beautiful and proud, a dove soft and innocent, full of love, as its mate lands they cuddle, touching beaks, rubbing heads, making a cooing sound. The sun bursts through the leaves, lightening them as they face each other. Seeing a heart, you smile. In precious moments like this, you know love, because beauty is a kind of love. He wrote this on Saturday, 5/24/25 by Will Spear. That's beautiful, Will. It's cute, too.
What was tickling him?
Oh.
Something was tickling him.
Let me see where that is. Rubbing hearts, making the cooing sound. The leaves.
The leaves were tickling him?
No, I'm not sure. Let me find where that went. I don't know.
You need to let us know, Will.
Yes, Will. I like the part where you lay in the grass. That's always fun.
No, there are bugs in the grass. I know.
Oh, no, but it's just cool like that. Oh, no. I like being in the grass.
Well, I used to when I was a kid, but then I discovered bugs. I'm like, no, I don't do that. I'm not fond of bugs.
But Texas has bugs. We're known for bugs.
Yeah, I grew up in Louisiana, though. We had a lot of bugs too. I just didn't realize that they were actually bugs until I got older, and then I went, "Wait a minute, you were laying up in there?" No.
I know. I used to climb trees and all kinds of stuff, and bugs everywhere.
See, I knew she was a tomboy.
I was really a tomboy. I liked baseball and boy things. I didn't like dolls ever.
Really?
No. My mother wanted me to be a girly girl, but I was not. I like the color blue, not pink. I don't know. Maybe I should have changed. Maybe I should change.
Linda, is there something that you're coming out with?
Maybe so at this age. Who knows?
Yeah, one never knows.
No, you don't ever know. I might change one day.
All right, David, you want to do some pitching?
I don't know if my arm's up ready for it.
Yeah.
How'd the Astros do the other night? They won, didn't they?
I don't know.
Gloria called me.
Yes, they did win. Yes.
Did you know they changed the name of that stadium? It's not Minute Maid.
No.
Yeah, it's named after an air conditioning company now.
Yeah.
I saw that just the other night.
Yep, no longer Minute Maid. Got to go where the money's at. That's what we keep talking about. Money, money, money.
Money, money, money. But
Look,
it's
man,
not the same juice box.
Yeah, we got. I'm going to do the same thing I always do. I got $100, so whoever else calls in with $100, that'll mean that's a $200 pledge. So the next person to donate $100 within the next 30 minutes, I'll match that $100. So call 713-526-5738. Option number 1 to pledge $100, and that way it'll be a $200 pledge. Or go to www.kpft.org and hit the drop-down menu for The Prison Show. I got it on the screen over here, so I'll see the donation. And first $100, I'll match it. Can't beat that. And then if you want to be a sustainer, remember we do have the anonymous donor, and he'll give $50 for every sustainer. So donate $10 a month, and we'll actually get a $120 donation. So, but make sure you do it under the T's.
Under the T's. All right.
We still got 5 minutes. What are we going to do? I didn't have a break song tonight. I didn't even think about a break song. I guess I should have thought about a break song, huh?
You think?
Yeah. I know. You guys got any more news we can use and let me find a break song?
Yeah, I've got a little bit of news you can use. Shout out to Xavier over on death row at Pulaski. There was a news article about how much Harris County spent. And this is just, they were talking, the whole article was talking about, death penalty cases, how much they are. And they used Xavier's case, for example, and they ended it with Robert Solis's case because he defended himself. But by the end, when you take up the appeals, the prosecution, the defense, you're looking at $5.8 million total, just for one death penalty case. And he pled guilty, which is, that's a whole lot of money.
Yeah.
That could be used for education, feeding the homeless, feeding the poor, the kids in school. Everyone could have a free. I mean,
if someone pleads guilty, though, why do they have to have a trial?
Because they wanted to give them death penalty. And it's the punishment phase. And actually, I haven't read the entire article, but that's basically why they do it.
Oh.
And now you got it, huh, David?
Yeah, I got it.
Well, that judge, he dropped the hammer, and I knew that I was gone. Jumped that bluebird from the county, caught chained to Huntsville
You're listening to KPFT Houston. Support for KPFT and the Prison Show is provided by the Cohen Parole Law Team. For almost 40 years, Gary Cohen has helped to represent incarcerated individuals throughout Texas, obtain parole, and fight parole revocations. We protect those who have fallen short of perfection from the wrath of those who believe they have attained it. More information about Gary Cohen and his associates, Alan Bennett and Gene Anthus, can be found on their website at parolelaw.com. You may also contact them at 512-476-6201.
Hey y'all, it's Cowboy Dave from the Prison Show. You know, KPFT's in Fund Drive right now. If you call 713-526-5738, option number 1, and pledge any amount, it doesn't matter. Ray just said do your fair share. So whatever your fair share is, please do that. You can also go to www.kpft.org, hit the drop-down menu, and pledge to The Prison Show. It's encrypted and it's safe. Y'all have a great day.
You caught me there.
Oh, it's about time.
It's about time that you played that.
About time I caught you. You usually catch me.
Yeah, I do.
It's usually the opposite. That's all right. I wanted to make sure everybody knew. I mean, Ray said do your fair share. I mean, that's all anybody asks. I don't know what our fair share is. They've set goals for us and all kinds of stuff, but honestly, I think our fair share is whatever you can afford. So we're listener sponsored. We're waiting on you. We got a $100 bill just waving in the air, and we've also got $50 sitting on the table. So if you can become a sustainer, please do so, and then our anonymous donor will match with a $50 bill. And I got $100 sitting over here. So if you donate $100, then KPFT will get 2. So
yeah,
can't beat that.
Nope, cannot beat that. All right. Someone told me to wave at them, and I'm waving, but he's not getting it. All right, let's get to the shout-outs. How about... I cannot read the screen. There we go. Okay, let's get to Carol on line 1. Hey, Carol. Hey, Carol. Carol? I don't think Carol's...
Yeah, we'll put her back on hold.
Okay, you want to get to Tom then. Let's put Carol on hold and get to Tom. Let's... Maybe? Maybe? Okay. And get to Tom. There we go. Hey, Tom. Hey, Tom. What the...
I didn't hang up on nobody.
David, the common denominator.
Linda's over there.
Let's get to Jeremy. Hey, Jeremy. Really? Really, David? Hey, Jeremy. You know, he was the one taking all 3 of these calls. And if... He's going to. And now David's got the phone, and I wish y'all could see this. If we had a camera person, y'all could have seen.
It's like they're all still sitting there on hold, but yet nobody's there. Nobody's answering. So
no.
Hey, Tom, call us back, man.
Carol, Jeremy, y'all. You know, Jeremy.
He's on the video. He's over there chatting with everybody.
Oh, he is?
Yeah.
Well, hey, oop, Carol left. Okay.
I think Linda left her.
Hey, Tom. Oh, there goes Tom. Oh, well, wait a minute. Jeremy is, if he's in the chat, ask him or tell him to. Hey,
Tom, call us back, man. Yeah. Did you hear that?
Yeah.
The video is just a little bit behind us. Jeremy says I'm calling back, but it's busy.
It's busy.
There's nobody there. Totally empty lines. I don't know why it would be busy.
Well, ain't this special?
Yeah, well, Ray Hill said we should always be ready to do 2 hours worth of radio, because you never know what might happen.
You never know what might happen. That's right. Hey, Jeremy, are you calling back?
He said on the chat he's calling back, but it's busy.
Now I'm. Hang on. That is weird. 526-5738. 713-526-57. Oh, it is busy.
How does that happen?
I don't know how it's happening, but it is.
It is happening. Well, that.
Huh.
Okay.
Wonder if the internet went down or something.
Maybe. Internet phones are nice in some respects, but not so much in others. Well, we can get to
Ava Maria.
Good evening, everybody. This is Eva Maria from Germany again, and this is for those of you who are listening to this show and have no personal shout out for them. I don't know your names and your faces, but maybe you can imagine this is a shout out especially for you. I think of you a lot. I pray for you, especially for those who don't have many friends or family outside prison. And I would like to tell you from my heart, you are not forgotten. God bless you. Thanks for your prayers for me, and I pray for you. Eva Maria.
All right. Well, thank you, Eva Maria. Now we have Franz.
Good evening, David, Linda, Dani, Gloria, and other crew members of the amazing prison show. Here is a shout out from Amsterdam to my friends inside and outside the walls and all the families. Sitting aside are Naaman Williams and Jim Guevara in the Ramsey unit, T in Polunsky, and in other facilities there are my friends Travis Fletcher, Kenny Morissette, and Richard Johnstone. And outside, I send my love to Tara, Jessica, Leona, Donna, Parish Patel, and Kaliango. You are all in my heart every day, and I send my love to you. Thank you.
All right. Now let's get to Caitlin.
This is a shout out for Beto Garza in Polunsky. Hey, how are you? I hope that you're in good health and spirits and that you are smiling. As for me, yeah, all is good. My wrist is getting better slowly each day. Yeah, I'm still doing my physio and I'm back in the hospital. Yeah, I think it's 2 weeks time. Yeah, the time is just blurring at this point. Yeah, it's 2 weeks. And yeah, so hopefully I'll be able to go back to work pretty soon. After that, Daytona is here beside me, and she says woof, and she wants her belly rubs, so I'm giving her some belly rubs from you. Buddy, I'm talking to the other girls in the yard, and they say that he is doing good too. But yeah, I just can't wait to go up and see him and give him big hugs, yeah, because I really, really super miss him. It's raining here again today. It was raining like for the last, I think, maybe 2-3 days. So if I start quacking, yeah, just ignore me. I'm just turning into a duck. Other than that, yeah, all is good. So please know that you're my heart, thoughts, and prayers. And also, I want to give a big shout out to Eric, Blaine, Mark, Rudy, and Debo. Hope you all are doing good. And yes, sending you all positive vibes and energies. So yeah, good night, sweet dreams, and stay safe. And to everybody at the prison show, a big, big thank you for making this happen.
She is awesome. Thank you, Caitlin. Thank you very much. All right. How about Kiki? Let's get to Kiki.
this message is for Rodney Reed at the Plonsky unit. Hey Rodney, it's Kiki. Just calling in to let you know I'm thinking of you, missing you and loving you. I hope you are doing well, staying strong, keeping the faith. Always know I'm thinking of you, Rodney. I'm doing okay. I got Chris and Doug over here today. We're getting ready for the big barbecue tomorrow. Looks like it's going to rain here in Seattle a little bit, but it's supposed to get sunny in the afternoon, so I'm hoping for some good weather. Anyways, I'll let Chris and Doug know you said hi, and they said hi as well. We're all thinking of you. Give me a call or send me a card. You know I'm waiting for my birthday card, Rodney. You have a good weekend. I'll talk to you soon. I love you. Thank you, Prison Soul. I hope you guys have a wonderful night, wonderful weekend, and a great week next week. And I hope that everybody on here listening has a great weekend as well. God bless. Thank you.
Thank you, Kiki. She's always so positive. All right. I think you pronounce your name as L'Oreal.
Hey, let's try it. I'm going to try and take Tom off of my phone and see if it works.
Okay.
You there, Tom?
Okay, brother. Doing tonight?
Try it again.
I said, how's everybody doing tonight?
Can you hear him in there, Dani?
I can hear him.
Yep. Well, we're having technical difficulties with the phone, Tom, so go ahead and make your shout out. It's the best I can do right now.
All right, brother. I'll do that. Just hang on just a second. Let me get my list up here. Okay. We got Bob Dunn, Roger Jackson, Bobby Barber, Charlie, Willie Russell, Michael Shelby, Brian Morris, Patrick Lindmeck, Ricky Nunn, Bobby Joe Harper. Let's see who else we have out there. Okay, John Yarborough, Christian Charles Lewis. Let's see, Ernest James Dudley, Troy Glover, Philip Ortega, Roy Scales, Richard Noel, George Della Rosa, and then we have Bobby Sipp and Terrence Williams. We also have Armstrong, Andy Anderson, Clarence Lee Bowman. Clarence, I ain't heard from you in a while, buddy. So, give the station a call. George Johnson, John R. Green, Stephen Young, Terrence Carmichael, Mike Dean, Robert Brown, Samuel B. Harris, Robert Harris, Thomas Harris. Let's see who else we got. Thomas Mitchell, and that's all we have for this week. Y'all can I go ahead and pitch for you?
Well, we got Lydia calling in. Let me grab Lydia. I'll see if I can put you on hold, okay?
All right, buddy.
I was trying anyway. Go ahead and pitch. Lydia hung up. I'll call Lydia after you get off.
Okay. You can donate to KPFT by going to kpft.org or call 713-526-5738. Or you text the word GIVE to 713-526-5738. Or you can become a sustainer. $5 a month, $10 a month. Whatever you can afford to do, do it for KPFT. You also donate to the prison show. Okay?
Thanks, Tom.
All right. right. Y'all have a good one.
You too, brother.
You want to call Lydia?
That's what I was doing. I didn't know if you guys wanted to hear it ring or not.
Oh, now my phone is typing out everything that we're saying. What the hell? Oh, my God. Okay.
Hello?
Hey, Lydia, you're on the air. Go ahead.
Okay. Hello, this is Lydia. I want to give a shout out to Beto, my son. Mijo, I'll try and get that done tomorrow, mijo. You just don't worry about it, Beto. I want to give a shout out to Mark. It was Mark's birthday, and I just want to wish him a very happy birthday. And enjoy your day, or I know it's belated birthday by now, but I hope you had a good day, okay? And my saludos to the guys, to Eric, Blaine, to Ruben, Artie, Mark, Roderick, and I know I'm forgetting somebody else, but I'll remember later. Oh, Big Will. William Spear. He doesn't like for me to call him William. He says call him Big Will. We watched the Rangers game. It was really not a game. It was 11-1. And you could see the moon here in South Texas right now. It's overcast. We have that dust in the air, so we haven't seen the moon for a while now. We're getting to be like Iowa and all those states that are always hazy and overcast and all that kind of stuff. But we got to see the moon on TV. Okay? You have a good night, mijo. I love you and I miss you, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. And send a shout out to David and to Linda. And her name went Dani.
You forgot my name.
Yeah, my mind went blank. And who else is there? Gloria's not there tonight, is she?
No, we got a guest here tonight. His name's Marcos.
Marcos. Okay, a shout out to Marcos. Okay? And you guys have a safe journey home. I know some of you have to travel a long ways there. But be safe.
All right. Pray for our technical problems. Turn our phones back on.
Yeah, it sounds busy. I get it busy.
That's what Dani said. Whenever I call it, it just says call failed. So
call failed?
Yeah.
So what are y'all going to do then?
Well, that's what I'm doing. I'm putting my phone up to the microphone for right now.
So can we announce your phone number?
I've done that a few times.
Yeah, I don't know. We do that because then everybody will call at one time, and then somebody will be trying to talk, and it'll be ringing. It'd be chaos. So I don't.
Yes.
I was thinking about maybe turning on the video, but I don't want the sound coming back through. But if people maybe could leave messages on our Facebook page, maybe I could play the messages off of there through the clip player.
Well, I want to thank you for taking the time to have me call on your number.
Yep. Anytime, Lydia. We love you.
Okay. Good night. Good night, everyone.
Good night.
And I feel I must say, Mark Robertson, you are officially older than me now. Because you turned, I had to look up your birthday. You turned 57. Well, not today, but a few days ago. So, happy birthday. Okay. Now, hey, Linda, do you want to give your shout outs?
Sure, I can do it right now.
Talk in your microphone.
Oops, okay. Let me get it over here. Okay, guys, I'm going to do some shout outs. I wanted to say hello to Joe Laws, Jason Walter, Joe Chicola, Chris Conwell, Xavier Davis, Antonio Gilbreth, Antonio Aguiano. Boy, some of these names, I'm not sure if I'm saying them right, guys, but I'm sorry if I'm not. Raymond Becerra, Jeremiah Rodriguez, Tyler Adams, Robert Roberson, Robert Satterfield, Robert Solis, Lucky Ward, Ronald Haskell, Gary Green, Franklin Davis, Micah Brown, Jaime Cole, Blaine Milam, Paul DeVoe, Marcus Drury, Pete Russell, Will Spear, Gary Allen, Britt Ripkowski, Christopher Turner, Larry Hatton, Bill Sims, Iron Thunderhorse, David Wood, Alfred Mitchell from Oklahoma State, Walter Sorto, Gregory Allen, Curtis Robertson, Midget Titan, Paper Cup, William Owen Sr., Stephen Curry, Charles Thompson, Travis Fletcher, Edward Holland, Dennis Price, Joel White, Talon Carter, and Charles C. Bolton, and Alex Sparks. Okay, guys, have a great week.
Okay, now let's get to, let me do my shout-outs first, in case the phone starts working and we get bombarded. Farron and Blaine, two of my best friends, Farron and Blaine. Big shout-outs to y'all. T and Big Head, Jason Thornburg, Quick, hey Quick, Larry, Brett, Rodrigo, Xavier, David Hunter, Troy Glover, Travis Fletcher, of course, Stephen Drayton, Kenneth Decker, Eddie at the Wainwright unit, Denise Farmer. Hey Denise, I got a ton of messages all at once. I'm going to answer your email. I swear to you I will. Joel White, Jay at the Win Unit, Leroy, Brian Rogers, of course, Midget Titan and Paper Cup, and CJ. Hey. All right. And Michael Ferguson. Hey. All right. L'Oreal. I think that's how you say her name. L'Oreal.
Good evening to everyone on the prison show.
Not L'Oreal.
Hope you're doing well. I want to send my shout out to my brother, Davis Franklin, Robinson Robert, Lasso Peter Jr., Melissa Lucio, Lid Rodri, Abraham Bonowit, to beautiful Mom Linda, Madame Dani, Robert, David, and Peter. Emmanuel, how are you doing, my friend? Hope you visit to Robert, it's great. Much love and peace from Uganda, East Africa.
All right, David.
Yeah, I'm trying to fix it. I need time. I got it here on my phone. I was shooting it up to Dropbox so we could play it.
What?
L'Oreal.
Oh, okay. Because that wasn't... What happened?
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
Okay.
Situation normally, what is it? Snafu?
Yeah, snafu, yeah.
Yep. So anyway.
So do you want to do Mike?
We can do Mike. Give me time to fix L'Oreal.
Okay.
Hello, this is Mysterious Mike doing a shout-out for the prison show. Here's my shout-out to Guys of Texas, Guy Alexander, Jamie Cuppett, Stephen Russell, Stephen McGee. Shout-out for Philip Perez. Shout-out for Matt Thomas, Edward Reeves, Adam Wilkerson. Shout-out for Oz. Tasha wants me to do a shout-out for Payday. Shout-out for Keith Money. Shout-out for Haas. Shout-out for Aaron Vasquez. Shout-out for Curtis Robertson. Shout-out for Blaine Milam. Shout-out for Bill R. Sims, Raymond Lee Cart, and a special shout-out to Clarence Lee Bowman. Hopefully you're getting much better. And you can continue to write to Mysterious Mike in care of David Collingsworth. And now back to the prison show. Adios.
He never does repeat my address, does he?
No, he doesn't.
What is it?
Oh my God, my phone is doing it again. Yeah. Oh my God.
What's it doing, beeping?
No, it's typing out everything I'm saying. Okay, the address for the prison show is 226 Chipmunk Trail, Shepherd, America, 77371. Put Shepherd, Texas. I said Shepherd, America, and I forgot that we have people all over the country.
Yeah. Somebody asked me earlier if Texas was the only state that could hear us. Nope. We're in 45 states right now.
Yes, we are.
I put a list the other day out on our Facebook page. So, I don't know how else to get it out on YouTube or anything like that, but I mean, we're in 45 states, so that's a pretty good list.
Well, you can make a video of yourself listing each state and put that.
Yeah. Boy, that'd take forever. I'd rather just make a video of the actual list and just scroll through the list repeatedly. And play the prison show song in the background.
Hey.
Hey.
That's a good idea.
Yep, let's go to L'Oreal.
Let's do it.
Hey, I want to send a shout out to Derek Young at Polinsky Unit. I love you, baby. Can't wait till you come home. 7 more months.
Woohoo!
7 months.
7 months. I know a lot of people wish it was 7 months for them. A lot of people. All right.
Yeah, I had another one from Luz Maria, but I'm going to have to play it like I did Lydia.
This shout out is from my baby, Mr. John Crossway. I love you, baby. I'm at work. Hope you have a good night. Te amo very mucho. Mwah. Shout out to all of you there. Have a good night.
John Crossway, there you go.
All right.
Jeremy's texting me.
Okay, I was about to say, did you get Jeremy?
Yeah, I got a text from Jeremy. Here's a message from Jeremy. Let's play Jeremy.
So I only get a minute doing the recording thing here. So I wanted to shout out to Blaine over on Pulaski Unit and let him know that I'm looking forward to hearing back from him again. I know he's busy with Dungeons and Dragons. If he has anybody that he wants to be shout out on the road, please send me a list and I'll be more than happy to shout them out on a weekly basis. On another note, I noticed that y'all said something about a lawyer had to contact the family instead of the institution. I had a similar situation when my dad passed in 2000. I had a sergeant tell me instead of a preacher or whatnot, and they've known about my dad's passing all day, and they didn't tell me until like 10 o'clock at night. It's really sad.
Yeah.
So that seems to be working all right, y'all. If you can leave us a Facebook message on our messenger page, then we will play it like that. I got another one from Stacy.
This is to my husband's 40 Black at Wainwright Unit. Hey, baby love, this is Wifey kissing you our tuck in. How's the day been for you? The girls and I are well. Both the girls are outdoors just after a big rainstorm came through. Yeah, the sun is finally shining now. There was a chance of a tornado in the surrounding area, but it's passed over. I've just placed on Part 3 on all the platforms and got Part 4 in draft waiting on you for the correction. Then I got to get on an image on it. Then I placed on the T mentioning caps on commutations and pardons. I'm getting ready to get the bike ride in. Yeah, boo. That's been the day for me. Just, I can't wait to hear your voice all up in my ear. Baby, it's that time. Remain healthy and safe. Stay focused and tough. You got me, sweetheart. I love you, Sporty. Take care, boo.
All them kisses.
I know.
Woo. Hey, I'd like to thank Jason for your donation. Thanks, Jason. And while we're getting into it, I still got that $100 bill. I don't know if 30 minutes has passed or not. I went ahead and donated it to KPFT. But you guys need to get on your phone, too. Go to www.kpft.org and hit the drop-down menu. Go to The Prison Show. They got a lot of thank you gifts and whatever. You can look online, and they got it all listed out there. and they'll be more than happy to send you. I don't know what all they got, but it is listed there. I know that they have some tickets. KPFT is sponsored by several local venues that have provided tickets for our concerts. For complete information, call 713-526-5738 option 1, or just browse our website at kpft.org, and the complete information on all thank you gifts is available on our website or by phone. So we thank you very much for supporting community radio, KPFT Houston. And the prison show really thanks you. And like we say, we don't care. We do care because we have bills to pay, but you know what I mean. If you got $5 or $10, don't think that, hey man, I've only got $7 in my pocket. I can't make a donation. Yeah, you can, if that's what you want to do. Dee Dee and I just made another $100 donation in the name of Dee Dee and I, and we're sustainers. So every month we've got $25 or whatever it does comes out. Because we got a brick. So that's another thing. How much are the bricks, Dani?
The smaller ones, 4x8, they are $25 a month.
Yep.
And then the larger ones, an 8x8, is $50 a month.
So that would qualify you as being a sustainer. Mm-hmm. And not only would you get a brick outside, but then our anonymous donor would also add an additional $50 because you became a sustainer. So,
and if you want to get a gander at those bricks, you can see the ones that have already been placed out front on the KPFT website.
There you go.
There you go. And Jeremy, I wanted to address what you said, that they knew about your dad's death all day and they didn't bother to tell you till 10 p.m. that night. That seems to be that's how they operate. I know it's several chaplains have, that they do care, and they do let. I know specifically at the Polonsky unit, some of the men on death row have been, when they've lost their mothers, the chaplain at the time was very nice. So they worked with them. And it's sad that not every chaplain is the same, or not every unit's the same. But for someone to pass, and I don't think his family found out about it. Scott Panetti's family didn't even find out about it until, Wednesday? And yeah. he passed on Monday. And I don't even think they knew he was in the hospital. Which is, that's why it's important. Let's jump back to the form, the medical form. Y'all need to
get the HIPAA form?
HIPAA form, yeah. Y'all need to get that and fill that out and you can have as many people as you want on that. You can put 50 people if you want, but if your name is not on that, if you don't have your mother, your father, your wife, your children, your grandparents, whoever, if they're not on that, if you don't release that information to them, they will not be able to get any information on you. Classic example was a guy had a stroke on death row. His mom called for over a week not knowing what happened to her son because there was no form.
Wow. I had a lady contact me this week looking for her dad, who she said had been incarcerated, I don't know, since she was a child. And she hadn't heard from him in over 10 years. But his name, I put his number in, and nothing comes up. So he's not even in the system anymore. But she feels like he passed away and nobody told her.
Well, you can definitely go to, if it's in Texas, you can go to the custodial deaths for the Attorney General. There's a website, and you can search by the person's name. You can even search, you can do the site to where everybody from a certain unit comes up. Everyone that passed on this date. I mean, I was even looking to see how many people had passed in the month of May, and there's quite a few. It kind of shocked me, and I don't
And
know.
what website was that?
Custodial deaths. I always put Attorney General Texas.
Okay. And the cemetery on the bird cemetery, is that, do they have a website of everybody's listed in there?
No, not that much. But this website is every single person that has died incarcerated at the different units. So everyone that has passed at, Bird Unit or Polunsky Unit or...
So if you know your loved one's at the All Red unit, then you just go to that portion of the website?
No, you can just search their name.
Oh, okay.
But some people, like, for instance, the reporter is looking for everyone who's passed away at the All Red Unit. They can search it. They can manipulate the site to where it shows only All Red.
Okay, that's cool. So I want to let everybody know that if you go to our Facebook page and you leave a message on Messenger, that I will go ahead and play it. And sorry for the technical difficulties. I've emailed and told everybody, Howard Reynolds and Marlo and Sandy, and still have difficulties.
Well, Linda is going to do some birthdays.
Oh, go, Linda, go.
Yes, I forgot the birthdays, guys, so I better give them out because this is going to be the first in 2 days.
They can manipulate the site to where it shows. I didn't do that. Wasn't me.
It's all my fault. I was trying to turn it off.
Okay, Kershawn Ramey, June 4th. Dexter Johnson, June 7th. Micah Brown, June 7th. Ruben Gutierrez, June the 11th. Roderick Harris, June the 12th. Charles Thompson, June the 13th. Guy Allen, June the 15th. Robert Woodard, June 17th. Tony Ford, June 19th. David Wood, June 20th. Perry Austin, June 23rd. Hector Acosta, June 25th. And Robert Will II, June 29th. Happy birthday, guys.
Absolutely. Happy birthday.
You're not going to sing to them?
Oh, gosh, you don't want me to sing?
I think you should.
I'd scare everybody off.
I think you should.
Yeah. And I would have said more woohoos for some more people, but Linda just kept going. I didn't get my woohoos in there.
Well, make up for it. Sing them a song.
No.
Happy birthday to you.
There she goes. She's trying.
Put her on mic. Put her on mic.
Well, her mic's on. She's not up close to it. Go, Linda, go.
I can't sing. I wish I could. I always wanted to be a country western singer, but didn't work out.
You didn't have enough rhinestones?
No. I used to sing with my brother. I'd sing, How Much Is That Dog in the Window? And I'd let him bark, but I would sing. But we never made it big time.
Never made it big time.
No.
Did you make it little time?
Little time?
I don't know. I just like to be silly.
Yeah, that's the fun part.
Yeah.
So we have a message from Ruth Gonzalez Camacho. Let's see if we can play it like we've been doing.
Jeronimo Camacho Jr. at Telford Unit. Baby, I just want to say we love you. Your sister, your nieces, nephews, everybody out here, we miss you so much. And just keep your head up, my love, and know that we're praying for you and you'll be home soon. Can't wait to talk to you and see you at our next visit. Good night, my love.
Well, that works pretty good.
Yeah, it does.
So I have a list also, if we got enough time.
No, we don't.
10:39. Start out, I don't know if I have everybody in TDC, but I do have a short list here. Charles Don Flores, Cornelius Robinson, Dennis Price, Douglas Rivera, Joe Anthony Ramirez, Kenny Morissette, Peter Sines, Roderick Cooks, Roderick Johnson, and Rodney Reed. Bill, I'll holler out at you too, bro. You sent me a pretty good letter this week. I appreciate that. I know it doesn't always go that way, so I'm not going to get used to it. But in the meantime, thank you so much. I'd like to shout out to Adam Watt, Akeem McKiver, sorry, Akeem, if I keep mispronouncing that. I wish you could send me a message and let me know if it's McIver or McKeever. Alexander Orchard, Andrew Westbrook, Ashley Bradshaw, Brian Smith, Charles Miller, Crystal Mani, Curtis Henderson, Curtis Otto, Daniel Campbell, Daniel Farrell, Daniel Lipscomb, Daryl Adkins, David Easley, David Saffel, David Weller, Erlen McKay, Hugo, here's a good one for you. I'd like to hear Linda say this one. Hugo Cusalpa, Cuseallpa, Cusalpa. Isaac Navarrete, Jaime Quijano Jr., James McElreath, Jaron Reasonover, Jesus Vasquez, John Graves, John Thomas, Joseph Bender, Joseph Nimitz, Carrie Sellers, Kyle Triplett, Lamar Sanders, Larry Johnson, Lionel Rogers, Marcus Brown, Maria Pena, Mark Sykes, Marvin Covington, Matthew Hoover, Michael Flores, Michael Johnson, Montana Ruckman, Maury Holloway, Nicholas Smith, Quadri Brumfeld, Rashad Eady, Richard Little, Richard Smeal, Ronald Allman, Roy Forbes, Shabazz Mohammed, Stanley Corbett, Stephen Drayton, Tiffany Cheeks, Travis Walters, Tyler Shipp, Victor Gamble, Victor Loya, Walter Woodard, Zechariah Areola. And Travis Fletcher, you notice that I do that in alphabetical order. I think that's part of my OCD. I don't think it's part of anything else. He said that there's so many I had to alphabetize them. I think it's just part of my OCD. So, Travis, we hope you're doing well, brother.
Yes, we do hope you're doing well, Travis.
So, 10:42, who else is going to pitch tonight? Is it all David? Is it the David pitching hour?
Hey, I pitched.
Oh, okay.
I pitched too.
You go, girl. I heard Linda did too.
Yeah.
Linda said send us $2 or $3. Yeah. We'd be grateful. So the number to call is 713-526-5738. Option number 1 to pitch. I would say option number 2 to make a shout out, but the calls aren't working tonight. Not sure what happened. They were working. We had 3 people on hold, and then I got to blame for knocking them all out. So the problem is I'm not sure if you can even call to make a pledge. So you might have to go to www.kpft.org and then hit the drop-down menu. Every time I try and call the number before I can even hit option 1 or 2, it just Dani's is busy all the time. Mine says call failed.
Yeah, it's still busy.
So it's the whole phone system some ways out. Not sure why or what's going on. The phone was just sitting there. Whenever I picked up phone on line 1 and I hit the line and it's got a dial tone. So I'm not sure why they can't come in. So it's above my pay grade. You guys, you can get on our Facebook page and you can leave a message on Facebook Messenger. And that's how we got Miss Ruth and Jeremy and Luz Maria. They all left messages like that. So that's the best I can come up with right now.
Yeah, and it's working.
Yep.
It is working.
So we got some news we can't use.
Well, yeah, I got some.
Well, I was thinking about a couple we've talked about in the past who actually got pardoned this week.
Which is what I have in my hand.
You go, girl.
Yeah, so the Chrisleys, Todd and Julie. Yeah, amazing. They got pardoned. And Todd Chrisley says prison opened his eyes to injustices in the system. Yeah, and he also said he is vowing not to forget the men he met and befriended there and to work to make their lives better.
Well, sounds like good advice.
Oh, it does, but I mean, you know,
I guess their show's really popular. I mean, we laugh and we joke about it, but I've never watched the show, honestly.
I have. I've watched it, and you can tell it's staged, but it is very popular. But the only thing I can say is, they're privileged.
Yeah.
So, of course, they get out, and immediately he's wearing his, $500 shirt. His hair is fixed to perfection. His nails are manicured, and he's only been out for a few hours.
So did he get all that done on the inside?
I don't know.
I didn't see any pictures of him coming out, did you?
I did not see any pictures of him walking out. I don't think, and I looked, but I could have.
From the looks, it says Todd and Julie Chrisley to be released from prison today, and they're both walking out. He's got a suit on. She's got a really nice blouse. Looks like kind of like a suit jacket.
They must have let them have the clothes.
Yeah, they must Linda's back there saying.
Come out of prison at TDCJ.
You got your mic on, talk into it.
Yeah, I was going to say the guys that come out of prison from TDCJ, they dress them so crazy. The clothes don't even fit them right.
Well, maybe their daughter Savannah
was able to bring them some clothes.
Yeah,
maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe, because I'm going to say it again. They're privileged, and it is the feds. They were in the feds.
Yeah, that's a little bit different. Yeah, I got out one time here at ISF at Dyken Park. I guess that's how you say it now. Dyken Park.
Dyken.
The old Minute Maid Park.
Mm-hmm.
And whenever they brought me my clothes, I opened up the box, and it was like my boss had packed everything while he was smoking a cigarette, and all the smoke was still in the box.
Oh, that's freaking awesome.
Yeah, and since I couldn't smoke on the inside, as soon as I opened up the box, it made me want a cigarette. So the first thing I did whenever I got in the truck with him was grab one of his cigarettes.
Yeah.
Start that Jones all over again.
We can't help it when we, Joy and I, when we go visit and the officers are coming up smoking, we like migrate towards them and we sit there and they like, we love your cologne. Yeah.
You're so funny.
We both of us quit, and
You still enjoy the smell?
Oh yeah. Are you kidding? Yeah, hell yeah.
Yeah, I don't like it. Dee Dee and I, we get to where whenever we're driving down the road in the truck or the car, we push the button on the air conditioner that just recirculates inside the cabin, because we can smell the cigarettes while we're driving down the road. People that are smoking in their car.
Yeah, I never can smell it. I wish I could. I quit for a reason, and I'm not. But oh my God, I love the smell. I love it.
Yeah. Well, good for you.
I know.
Personally, I think it's kind of nasty.
Okay, you used to smoke. So.
I did, 2 packs a day. I smoked a lot. 18 years ago, I quit everything. I just thought, you know what? I keep going back and forth to prison. I'm making so many wrong choices. The best thing I can do is just try and stop and make good decisions going forward. It doesn't always work, but it's a good thought. It's a good effort.
You know what? I had to. I couldn't quit everything all at once, so I just quit cigarettes. That was it.
Yeah, well, I used to dip snuff and chew tobacco and smoke cigarettes, do meth and marijuana and alcohol.
Good God.
Wild women. Lots of wild women. Oh, my goodness. So now one of them's more than I can handle today. DDK. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's a whole lot of something, David, all those combined.
And then the guys down at TDC they didn't know why I couldn't play chess. Man, that chessboard would fly across the day room. Just quit everything, cold turkey.
Yeah. No.
Well, it is time to pitch again, I guess.
Yay, it's time to pitchy pitch. Yeah.
I'm looking to see what they got on the table over here. See if they got anything. We got to be so careful these days. They say we can pitch about anything we want to pitch, but there's certain things we just got to tell you to go to the website for.
And then they give you a list of what you can't say.
Yep.
That requires a PowerPoint.
I will say that if you want to see those of us from the prison show, We will be down at the Deluxe Theater on
Deluxe.
June the 3rd. Was that Tuesday?
That is Tuesday.
Yeah. Linda says that's Tuesday. So we'll be there about 7:30 in the evening, and we're going to watch the prison show film or documentary. At first she was calling it a film. Now I notice it's called a documentary. So Linda and I saw it before. I guess maybe you saw it too, though, right, Dani?
I've seen it.
Yeah. So it's got a really great message. You guys come. We'll see you there if you want to meet us. It'll be pretty cool. We'll all just get together and maybe have some question and answers afterwards. In the meantime, y'all call 713-526-5738. Option number 1, if the phones are working again. I don't think they are, though. So go to www.kpft.org and hit the drop-down menu and go to The Prison Show and become a sustainer. I mean, why not? If you can afford $5 a month, that's $60 pledge a year. $10 is $120, so on, etc. So, I mean, if you got $100 and you can afford $100 this month, that'd be a $1,200 donation for us. And that means we would make our goal because we don't know what's going on. We've got, what do we got up there? We got 2 donations tonight. So, what do you got up there? Save the dates?
Yeah, I've got save the dates because right now is the time to call and schedule for next weekend if you haven't done it already. And next weekend is picture weekend.
Oh.
June 7th and 8th. So unless your facility is kind of like the ones I go to, the camera isn't working. But now's the time to schedule.
They've only got one camera. They can't get another one?
Yeah, apparently. Oh, it's locked in the warden's office. Oh, it's broken. Oh, the batteries went dead. I mean, we don't have staff to take photos. It's like, really?
Man, there ain't somebody to file a grievance on that?
Yeah.
Everybody in the sound, what unit was that?
Let's see. Estelle unit, Styles unit.
That doesn't have the camera?
That makes excuses. There's a whole list of them.
Well, if everybody at those units filed a grievance, I think they probably fixed the cameras.
But then they would come, staff, we don't have staff. I mean, it's ridiculous. So trust me, I've been emailing about it. But June 7th and 8th is next weekend for those facilities that have working cameras and staff to use them. I would schedule those visits right now.
And they got to go on the, how do they go? They got a visitation.
Well, it depends. You can go to the visitation portal unless you're visiting someone in a high security area or death row, or there's a few instances where you can't schedule. If they're in the hospital, you can't schedule online. So, but do your thing and make sure that it's done for next weekend for pictures.
Woohoo!
Woohoo!
We also seen that there were some units that were on lockdown.
They went through a period where most of TDC was on lockdown. Now there's just a few styles was on lockdown for 6 weeks.
Wow.
Yeah.
Were they having some kind of, was it a whole shakedown or was it worse than that?
No, it was a shakedown, but during that period of time, or right when they came up, Building 8 got into the commissary area. So when they...
It's a free-for-all.
It was. But no, yeah, it was... so they're having issues with commissary over there.
Wow. On the 29th, they said that Torres was on lockdown.
Okay.
Did you see that?
I did see Torres, and I don't remember what other units. I think Ellis is on lockdown.
So it may be a good idea to call, even if you're scheduled, because you might have scheduled before they went on lockdown. Do they tell you if you got a visit scheduled? Do they even notify you that the unit went on lockdown?
Well, normally you can visit during lockdown.
Oh, that'd be cool.
Yeah, you can visit unless it's one of those naughty lockdowns where something happened and it's not a shakedown lockdown.
Yeah, with the TDC website, whenever it said that tours was on lockdown, it suggested that you call the unit before going to visit. So I was thinking maybe that wasn't a normal lockdown.
It may not be. It may not be.
They're rocking and rolling.
Yes, they are. Yes, they are.
It's hot. They're irritated.
Yeah.
They're not getting their commissary or something.
Or it's just hot. They're irritated. And, you know, like Marci said, the AC unit, ACs was not passed, that bill. Second look was not passed. There was quite a few not passed.
What did pass?
Oh, God, I wanted to say something sarcastic, but I held my tongue. I held it.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Must not have been that good. I know that they passed a bill. I don't think it was in legislature or nothing, but here in Houston, they no longer have to make a quota whenever they're writing tickets or whatever. Did you read that?
I did read that, yeah.
That's pretty cool. And then HPD, I guess they got a big raise. And then the Harris County said they were going to match it. So I guess all the officers now will get the pay that they're asking for. They've been arguing over that pay for a long time, haven't they?
I think it was the firefighters arguing about their pay for a while.
So, but it wasn't the whole city?
No.
Just the firefighters?
Yeah. They were lawsuiting that.
Yeah, that's whenever Tony Busby stepped in and said he'd do it pro bono. That was like in 2018 or something, right?
Yeah.
That's been a few years back. Because the city was going to vote that they're going to pay $500,000 for an attorney to come in and negotiate. And Tony Busby said, "Why would you do that? I'm right here. I'll do it." So, I mean, Tony, I'm not going to toot his horn too much, but, I mean, he does a lot. Not just, I mean, he makes a lot of money, don't get me wrong. But at the same time, he does some other pro bono stuff, too. Somebody said something on one of his websites. What did you ever do pro bono? And I started looking, and I found 3 or 4 different things that he's done pro bono. So, I mean, he's not... I mean, sure, he's going to go for the money. That's what he's went to school for. But at the same time, he's actually done some other stuff. I'm not saying he's working for the little man, though. I wish
he's not.
Yeah. Wish he'd help me out with my ankle. Hint, hint, Tony. Can you hear me? Hint, hint.
Someone help him.
Yeah. Now, I did mention it on one of his sites one day and didn't get a response.
No.
No.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm shocked.
So, look, I guess Skylar Dawn's fixing to come on with Damage Control and DJ Chill. And so you guys stay tuned for that. And we really appreciate everything you've done. Keep tuning in for us.
Have a great weekend.
To see you at visiting hours next week. Mama ain't been doing too well, I'll tell you more when we speak. And Billy's loving